Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another M2 unboxing. You guys know I don't collect much of M2. This box again was ordered from my buddy Diecast, who does all the orders all the green light cases that we unbox on this channel. He's been kind of on an M2 kick lately, so we might see some more sealed cases from M2 on the channel, and I'm fine with that. It's fun. It's fun to take a look at this stuff, and this time we do get the M2 Machines Auto Drivers Release 68. And I actually kind of like the M2 Auto Drivers. They're that's one of my favorite series. They're the more basic M2s, so generally they're not going to have any opening parts, and that's fine with me because it's just a nice die-cast casting. It doesn't have to have all the the extra little pieces in the opening parts. Opening parts are cool, but sometimes they can make a casting not look so great if you got a lot of gaps in the opening parts and if they don't work well and all that stuff. So there's less that can go wrong with these because there's less parts. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. This is a sealed case from my understanding. So I think we have a chance at scoring a chase in the case, and that's always fun. So let's take a look. I have no idea what's in this. I have no idea if these have hit Walmart yet or not. I'm not sure at all, so I just don't know. I may recognize them once I start pulling them out because I have been to Walmart's recently, so I mean, I might see something that is recognizable, and then maybe I'll know that these have been available at Walmart. So I'm just going to pull them out one by one like we normally do, and we'll take a peek. Okay, yeah, I have seen it because I've seen this one. So Marvel Mystery Oil Top Cylinder Lubrication. So it looks like these are all going to have some sort of, I don't know, old graphic on them, classic, like oil can style stuff, maybe. Marvel Mystery Oil. And this is your 1957 Chevy Bel Air. This is kind of a nice tooling from M2 Machines. As you can see, this one has no opening doors, and it shouldn't because it's in the auto drivers. I can't tell. The hood looks like it should open, but I don't think that they tool or they put the engine inside of there, and I think the hood is just meant to be shut. It does have like an inserted detail sort of for headlights. They do print how many they are limited to. So this is limited to 6,500 or 6,750 pieces worldwide. I'm not sure if the entire release is limited to that, but we'll find out as we go on. Pretty cool. So yeah, I have seen this series hit Walmart, so you should be able to find it there, or at least you could have found it there at some time. Copyright date on here is of course 2020. Here's a look at the back of the card. It's a pretty decent series. I like the auto drivers. I'm tempted to pick some of these up actually quite often, believe it or not, especially over the other more detailed line. I have a few of the castings in my collection, and they usually are built pretty solid, and they are pretty cool. And I've not really ragged on M2, but I kind of stated why I didn't collect them, and they have some seems to have some quality control issues, and that's mostly with the more complex lines, not necessarily with the auto drivers. Usually when you see the auto drivers, they look pretty cool, and I like this one. It looks really good. You got the red steel wheel in the back, and it just looks pretty awesome. So let's go see what else is in this. What else is in this case? All right. This next one is a Hooker Blackheart Plymouth Roadrunner 440. Let's take a look at the. Again, 6,750 pieces, and this is pretty cool. It's almost like got a gasser stance to it. It has a metal flake black, which you can see that very well. So these do come on the plastic base. There is no acrylic case with these though. Let's look at the back of the card. Pretty decent. And this one has painted taillights. Looks like an inserted little front end thing. Redline tires. This one looks okay. Don't know if I'd ever pick this one up. That 57 Chevy, though, looks pretty awesome. So far, that's my favorite of the set. Let's see what else we get. This one's kind of cool looking. So it's a Mustang GT390, 1968 Mustang. This one we get Goodyear Wide Boots GT. Again, 6,750 pieces, so it looks like all these are going to be limited to that amount, unless we score a chase. I have no idea what the chases look like in release 68. I mean, if you wanted to go after all the M2 drivers, man, you'd have a lot of releases to try to get. Here's a look at the back. I will say I definitely like the color of this one. Not a huge fan of the casting. I think the all-world casting is a little better, in my opinion. I'm a little biased, of course. This one does have inserted headlights, though. And it does, well, no inserted taillights, but painted detail on the tail. And I know there's definitely a more complex version of this with open doors and stuff. So I think most of the toolings have like the more complex version that you'll see in the regular line or the more detailed line. And then they'll have a driver's version, an M2 driver or auto driver's version. It's pretty nice though. Nice basic. You got Goodyear logo on there, but it's not like overbearing or anything. And that's kind of nice. All right, there's the first three. Next we get Mags Mercury Cougar R code. So I'm a fan of the Mercury Cougar, 68 Cougar. Put on a little class. Put on some Mags. So you get your mag wheels. Get a set and get going. Just do it. Let's look at the back of the card. Pretty decent. Color's interesting. We've seen it before. ET in the back there. I believe the chases for this series are going to have like a little sticker on the top here that will say what it's limited to if we do pull one. But I don't know what the chases look like in this series. And I think there's not a chase for each car. I think there's only one car or maybe two that you could find a chase in. And I don't think they do like the raw chases, the really rare ones in this lineup. I think they only do like a 1/750 kind of deal. M2 aficionados, let me know if I'm wrong. Again, this isn't a brand I typically go after. Nothing really against them. It's just that I don't, and I've explained this in detail before. It's not like I need to go into it again. It's just, you know, you can't just get everything. There's so much cool stuff out there. All right, what's next? This one looks really nice, actually. This is the 1950 Studebaker 2R truck. Pan American World Airways. Pan Am. That's super cool. This truck actually looks pretty awesome. I'd like to get an example of this casting in my collection for sure. This Studebaker. I just love the fender flares on these trucks. They just look so darn cool. And I don't know of any other diecast brand that does this truck. Maybe Johnny Lightning did one, if I recall. And again, it looks like that hood should open, but I don't think they do the tooled hoods in this one. It's pretty cool. All right, and last one in the set. Are we going to score chase here? I can see it, actually. We did. There you go. There's your chase. It's like a green machine. Maui Original Surf Company since 1980. 1958 Chevy Apache Stepside. All right, so here's the deal. I don't know what the regular one looks like. Is the regular one green with non-green wheels? Or is it not? Is it a completely different color? I have no clue. They do tend to do that though with these chases and these M2 drivers as well. They'll have like a full, like one color car. I mean, it looks pretty cool in green and white. Maui and Sons. I don't know what the other one looks like. It is limited to 750 pieces. So there's your chase. The casting, I do have an example of this casting actually in my collection, and it is pretty nice. Again, I think there's multiple versions, so I think there is a version where the door is open and stuff like that. This is not it. But pretty cool. All right, so that's kind of fun. See, I like doing these unboxings, even if it's nothing that I'm going to put into my collection myself. I really probably, the one I like the best, is, believe it or not, is this Studebaker truck. And I'm going to get an example of this tooling at some point. I love the domed hubcaps. I think those look absolutely fantastic. So I will probably get an example of this at some time. It probably won't be this one. Try to get the most stock one possible. I would say the coolest looking one, I like that one, and I really like this 57 Chevy. I think it looks really cool as well. And then, of course, it's always cool to pull a chase. So there you go. I think, hopefully, you know, if he keeps ordering cases, you're going to keep seeing M2 on my channel. That's just the way it goes. I'm not going to purchase any of this stuff myself. I can't afford to buy a ton of sealed cases and stuff like that. So if you're going to see unboxings on the channel, this is how you're going to see them. So I'm at the will of the people that are buying them, which is my buddy Diecast. I'm just in a fortunate situation to be able to be hubbing for him over here. So he buys them, gets them sent here. I consolidate shipments and ship stuff onto him. And that is going to be it for this video. So there you go, M2 drivers. What was it? Release 68. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.